I also want to bring in WUSA9's own Matt Gregory, who was also here inside. Just tell me what you heard, what you saw.
Well, so there are 3 levels here, right? So we're on the bottom level here, which is where the ballroom is. There's one above us and then one above that, which is where I was. And I didn't hear much. I mean, I heard some commotion, but it's a hotel. At some point, we saw everyone kind of running the doors, a mild, chaotic event. It looked like everyone was leaving, and then the police were coming in, and you see FBI coming in, you see Secret Service coming in. But I did run into Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland. I said, Congressman, you were in the room. What did you see? And I think we have a clip to show you of him and his kind of reaction to what was going on. This was me speaking to Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland real quick. All right, Congressman Raskin, just tell me what you heard, what was going on tonight.
Well, I had just arrived a few moments before. I was going to meet the people from NBC. They had invited me to be their guest. I was headed to their table. Some people from the Boston Globe were there and got up to greet me and say hello. And their guest was an old friend, Kerry Kennedy. So I was just talking to them, and then all of a sudden I heard just a huge ruckus and a huge noise. And I heard people start to say, "Get down," and someone threw me to the ground, and it was a Secret Service agent, and I landed on top of some other people. And then we were on the ground for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then people began to get up. And then the word just began to spread that there had been someone who tried to enter the room who had been shot by the Secret Service. And that, when people heard the shots, that's when everybody started screaming to get down, and the Secret Service started, throwing people to the ground.
In the most human way possible, I had to ask you, how do you feel right now?
A little shaken, but of course I went to January 6th, and that went on for 3 or 4 hours, and this was over in a couple of minutes. But obviously we're concerned for everybody's safety, and there were a lot of political people in the room, so they're saying it's going to keep going on, but I think I'm headed home back to Maryland. Everybody's safe and sound tonight, I hope.
That's all I got for you. Thank you. So another thing that I've kind of noticed in the last, I would say, and we were watching this together, Alexis, 5 or 10 minutes, I see someone coming out with what, from my experience as a reporter, is an evidence box for what looks like a pistol. Now, we do know from hearing from the mayor and interim chief of MPD, Jeff Carroll, that the suspect was found with a shotgun, a pistol, as well as several knives. Now, I don't know if in that evidence box was the gun, but this is one of the things we had here from folks you spoke to, folks that I spoke to. They heard either multiple gunshots or a clattering of sound, and it has been an evening where many folks here are on edge. I mean, as you would expect. But the thing that I'm really starting to notice about, as you're seeing FBI, torrents of FBI agents coming through, Secret Service, obviously MPD is kind of the lead agency here, but you're seeing it's what you would expect a national response to be if the president is at a place where a shooting has taken place. And I don't know how much we've been able to kind of communicate with the mayor said, but the mayor said obviously the investigation continues. I asked U.S. Attorney Pirro, I said, based on what's happening, what you saw, are there terrorism charges facing? She says we'll have to evaluate what's happening. So obviously nothing there, but it looks like at this point, everything is under control. However, we do have that one Secret Service agent who's in the hospital. They say it's minor injuries, but obviously we have to monitor that. What does that mean? And the suspect himself, the president's already tweeted a picture of him, and he's been taken to the hospital as well. So that's what we're seeing on the ground floor here. You can see as we go, DEA, FBI are all walking through this whole area. We seem to be, Alexis and I, right in the chute for everything that's happening. That's what we're seeing from this angle. But of course, we'll wait to see how the rest of this investigation plays out.
Sure. Thank you so much. So we appreciate